Stalin had a private cinema inside the Kremlin. Every night, alone in the dark, watching films. He didn't bring advisors. He didn't bring critics. He brought a notepad and absolute power. And if he didn't like what he saw, he didn't write a bad review. He didn't call a meeting. He destroyed it. Every copy, every negative, every print, gone. 7 directors made that mistake. Film 1, Bezhin Meadow, 1937. Director Sergei Eisenstein, the most celebrated filmmaker in Soviet history. The man who made Battleship Potemkin, a film Stalin himself called a masterpiece. If anyone understood what the regime wanted on screen, it was Eisenstein. So he made Bezhin Meadow, a pro-Soviet film, loyal, obedient, built brick by brick to satisfy the system. Stalin watched it and saw exactly one problem. The characters felt too human, too real, too individual. Stalin didn't want humans on screen. He wanted symbols, icons, monuments that moved. Every print, destroyed. Every negative, burned. Today, only burned fragments survive. Edges scorched, images half gone. A ghost of a film that never got to exist. Stalin's favorite director, Stalin's first victim. Film 2, A Strict Young Man, 1936. Director, Abram Room. On the surface, a perfect Soviet film. Young people, socialist values, modern life, everything the state asked for. But underneath, irony. The characters thought for themselves. They questioned things, quietly, carefully, but they questioned. Stalin noticed immediately. He didn't arrest Room. He did something worse. He made him irrelevant, removed from every important production, shut out from every meaningful project, buried alive, inside the very industry he helped build. The film vanished for 50 years, rediscovered only after the Soviet Union collapsed, sitting in an archive, unseen, untouched, forgotten. Room died in 1976. He never saw his film reach an audience. Not one person, not one screening. 50 years of silence. Film 3, Enthusiasm, 1931. Director, Dziga Vertov. Vertov didn't make propaganda. He made truth. He believed the camera was a machine for capturing reality. Raw, unfiltered, exactly as it was. Enthusiasm was his proof. A documentary about Soviet coal miners, their labor, their exhaustion, their real working lives. Charlie Chaplin watched it in London, called it one of the most moving films he had ever seen. Stalin watched it and saw a problem. The workers looked too real, too tired, too human. Soviet propaganda needed clean heroes, strong heroes, perfect heroes, not real men covered in coal dust, bent double under the weight of a shift. Stalin didn't burn the film. He burned Vertov's career instead, removed from major productions, forced to edit government newsreels for 20 years. A man who invented cinematic truth, reduced to cutting approved lies. He died in 1954, 1 year after Stalin. The man who created a new language for cinema was never allowed to speak it again. Film 4, Even the Terrible. Part 2, 1946. Director Sergei Eisenstein. Again, Stalin commissioned this film himself. He wanted a portrait of a great czar, a ruler who governed through fear, through iron will, through absolute, unchallengeable power. He saw himself in Ivan completely. Part 1 arrived. Stalin loved it. Awarded Eisenstein the Stalin Prize, the highest cultural honor in the Soviet Union. Then Part 2 arrived. In this film, Ivan becomes paranoid, isolated, consumed by suspicion, a tyrant turning against the very men who served him most loyally. Stalin watched it in silence, then banned it. He had seen his own face on screen, and he recognized what it meant. Eisenstein was summoned, interrogated. Days later, he suffered a heart attack. He died in 1948. The film he made on Stalin's orders, about a man exactly like Stalin, locked in a vault for 10 years. The director never came out. Film 5, Simple Case, 1932. Director, Vsevolod Pudovkin. A soldier, a war, a woman he loves. At the end, he chooses her. He chooses love over revolutionary duty. That was the ending Pudovkin wrote. That was the ending he believed in. Stalin watched it, hated it instantly. In Stalin's Soviet Union, no one chose love over the state. The state was everything. The state was love. Personal loyalty was weakness. Private emotion was a distraction from the collective. And a film that said otherwise was a film that told Soviet citizens the wrong thing was possible. Pudovkin was ordered to reshoot the ending. He obeyed. The original ending was physically cut from the print, burned. What exists today is not Pudovkin's film. It is Stalin's edit, wearing Pudovkin's name. He didn't ban this one. He rewrote it, then erased the version that told the truth. Film 6, The Law of Life, 1940. Director, Alexander Stolper. Stolper made the most loyal Soviet film imaginable. A young communist hero. Perfect values. Total dedication to the cause. Exactly what the system demanded. But his hero had one moment of humor.